fit in with other people. Like, no one wanted to be with a retard. It's what I used to get called, a retard, because I was different, I was abnormal. So everyone's doing their own little math sheet as individually, and you get given something completely different. And then you're around a bunch of other people that all look at your sheet, or the people next to you, and like, oh wow, that looks easy as, why'd you get given that? And then you see their sheet and you're like,
really heartfelt
wow,
to
that
watch.
doesn't look too bad.
It's an exploration story of one man coming to terms with his autism, and I thought it was really special. Very focused on his art and his abilities versus lack thereof, if any. I like the scenes where he posts the art on his walls and steps back and really has a moment where he's fully realized after all those years of bullying and trying to fit in. The moral here is definitely that everyone is unique and no one should be basically trying to fit in. We all break the mold, so we should break the mold.
It was really heartbreaking and hard to hear about his childhood and all the negativity that he had to endure when he was younger. But it's also admirable to visually see how he turned all of that pain into something beautiful and into an art craft that he loved, which was drawing. The parallel between how when he was younger he kind of was forced to, in a sense, and how now he does it, just for his pleasure and for his time. And it's beautiful how you can take that pain and turn it into, something that you love to do and turn it into your passion. And we really got to see that, and they were all very beautiful visuals, very beautiful drawings. So I really like this film.
This was an unassuming piece, but it really left me with something to think about, and I loved the subject and getting to meet him through both his journey but also through his art. A small thing, but I really liked the color scheme, just the color of the wall with his shirt and the sketch pad. There was something really satisfying about that. And I loved the idea of the shot from overhead, so we could see him doing his art as he was speaking, and you can see him sketching out his thoughts and as he was kind of sketching out his past and piecing that together. So it was nice to get both an intersection of his story and his art, especially even with the gallery wall at the end. So it was a really sweet piece.
It's just a great story, and I think it's presented really well here. It is just sort of a single shot on an individual talking, but they were able to keep it interesting, at least visually, because everything he said I thought was really compelling. But visually, they did a lot of things to just sort of help carry us through the 3.5 minutes, so we're not just there being talked at. So yeah, I thought it was just really well done, and the message, of course, is definitely worth hearing.
I thought it was a really interesting way to tell a story. I really liked how it was all cut together with his drawing and how he was able to kind of, like I said, work through and tell his own story in his own way. I thought all of that showed a lot of good care and understanding, and if we had more of that, then I feel like these kinds of stories not only would be told more, but you would realize just how frequently they happen, and that it doesn't have to be something that's as different as it's treated now.
This was a really great film. It was all filmed in one location, but it was beautifully shot. The detail insert shots were so crisp and clear and artistic to watch. In terms of the subject matter, autism and disabilities in general are so fascinating, and I think that we need to pay a lot closer attention to what people with them have to offer. There's a huge value in seeing things from an entirely new perspective, and we realize that there is no truly right or wrong way to learn or understand something, just different ways, different means to perhaps the same end. I think for someone with more mild autism, like our hero in the story, I can definitely see how that would cause issues both in a regular classroom as well as in a disability class, because in one sense you're too different, and in the other you're not different enough. So it's this kind of weird limbo place to live in. So I definitely felt for his story, and it's just an interesting perspective that I don't think we get to hear from a lot. So I definitely appreciated this film, and I hope that there are more like it on its way.
How despite certain, and I think it's important for the air quotes, disabilities in life can actually allow us to feel more connected to others than we might expect, because we find kinship, we find similarity, we find relatability, and that can cross age barriers too, as we see with the gentleman who is the main focus of this short film. You know, because of his being on the spectrum in this mild manner, as the title suggests, he's able to relate to children even who are on it, young adults, and they're able to help out each other. There's this mutual transaction of support, of love, of craft, of art, of knowledge that's able to be flowed through both ways, because they speak a language that some of us simply cannot speak. And that's an important reminder, I think, that this short documentary gives, is that we all can find those who understand. It just takes some time. But once we do, we see how much we flourish around those whose experiences align with ours.